Hello, my name is Amanda and I run a small soap and candle business called Willow and Pip. Watch me today while I unmold and shrink wrap 50 shower steamers. These shower steamers have been sitting in their molds overnight. I made them yesterday, so they've been curing for about 12 to 16 hours. The length of time I let them sit really is just overnight, and by the time I wake up in the morning and have a coffee and unmold them, it's not, an exact science, but that's plenty time to have the shower steamers rock hard and ready to take out of their molds without fear of damage. Now, before anyone asks me where I got my molds, these are really, really old, and I actually do not remember where I purchased these molds from. But I don't think that there's a shortage of shower steamer molds out there. So if you do a quick Google search, I'm sure you'll be able to find something similar. I liked these molds because of the size of the puck or the diameter of the shower steamers. And I also liked these molds because they were a hard mold. I originally started making shower steamers a couple years back and started experimenting with a soft silicone mold. And the problem I was experiencing with those style of molds is I was having a hard time packing because the more shower steamer mixture that I would pack in, the silicone mold would expand around me, like packing that content in. And so it would come out with like an oblong or an oddly shaped puck because I was essentially overpacking it. And I never could perfect a way to sort of pack it to the right degree and still have it maintain its shape. And so I found just using the hard molds really the easiest way to keep them intact. The downside with the hard molds is it's a little bit harder to demold them, to get them out of the mold. I just kind of try to be patient and work my way, just kind of pressing, turning. And I also found that for some of the harder, especially the center pucks, if I would turn the mold upside down sometimes and just leave them for a couple of minutes, gravity would do its work and the shower steamers would come out. Once all my shower steamers are removed from their molds, they immediately are ready to be shrink wrapped. And the shrink wrap system that I use is from the National Shrink Wrap. It's called the National Shrink Wrap System. You can Google it and you'll see. The reason I love this so much is actually they have a biodegradable film, which is the shrink wrap I have chosen. And so there's a environmentally friendly aspect to that. And that goes right along with my branding and really the core of my makeup and my value system. So that alongside really how efficient this is, you can see me working in bulk here. So the National Shrink Wrap System has the mat that you see, and this is, I'm not getting any affiliate payment for the National Shrink Wrap System. This is just me truly sharing what's working for me. Anyhow, it includes this heat-resistant mat that you see underneath the shrink wrap and the shower steamers. I bought the wand from the National Shrink Wrap System. That's that heat wand or that bar that you see me using. The holder that the shrink wrap sits on, and then the biofilm, they call it, or the biodegradable shrink wrap, cling wrap that you see as well. I've had this system for well over a year and a half now, and I use it all the time. I have yet to have to replace a roll. So if you're doing any type of bath bombs or, shrink wrapping on bulk, I would recommend. If nothing else, this wand as well is extremely efficient. You can see me kind of quickly working through here in sort of a sleeve style fashion, and it just works really, really well. Again, because I run my business on the side, I have a career full time outside of my small business. I find that systems like these really make it enjoyable because I'm able to do things on bulk or on scale. And here I'm just applying a heat gun to the shrink wrap. I set my heat gun setting on level 2. I'm sure this will be dependent on what type of heat gun you have. Now, a hair dryer doesn't work for this. You do actually have to invest in a heat gun. And I will also say there's a bit of a knack to it. Less is more. You don't want to kind of overhit it with the heat gun because it'll actually overstretch that cling wrap or that film, and it may cause a hole to be incurred, or it'll kind of expose the raw product underneath, which kind of defeats the purpose. Every once in a while, I still do have that mishap happen, and it's no big deal. You can either take the shrink wrap off and try again, or you can just double shrink wrap it, put it back in its own sleeve, and then go through this process a second time. So what I'm working on today with the packaging of these 50 shower steamers is actually for a local store in my hometown where I offer my products on consignment. And what consignment means is that the store owner keeps a percentage of the sales and I keep a percentage of the sales. And I really like doing this type of method because a few things. It gives me the flexibility to sort of be able to stock when I can, and have a little bit of flexibility as to what I stock, as opposed to doing wholesale where the storekeeper, just picks and chooses their own. It gives me a little bit of, room to say, okay, maybe this type of soap is in stock right now. As we know, soap takes quite a long time to cure. Or maybe this type of shower steamer I just made in bulk. It just gives me that flexibility to kind of fill the shelves. And it seems to also just be a win-win. The downside with the consignment is it's more manual, and I am fronting a little bit up front when you first get started because you are sort of stocking a whole shelf or a set of shelves or a set of areas in a retail location. And that, of course, comes with some spend on your behalf. And so you wait until your next restock before the storekeeper pays you, or at least that's how I run my consignment. Anyhow, these 50 shower steamers that I'm making, are going to this consignment shop. And I don't sell them individually, although I have seen some soap or bath bomb makers do it that way. I will actually put these in a bag, which I apologize I didn't show in this video, but I'll show in a future video. Or you can go to my website on willowandpip.ca and see the bag. But I actually put them in a bag of 5 at a time. And I do that because I find the volume the volume of the 5 gives me the retail price I wanted to be profitable, as opposed of just, selling one at a time. And that's a wrap. Sorry for the pun, but I couldn't help myself. I hope this was helpful today. And if you want more content like this, please like for more.